Howdy, folks. Howdy, folks. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. Oh hell! I left my glass over there. Good morning. Listen here. Listen, man. Listen. If you like Motorcycle Club news, tune in with us every morning around 10ish. Between 10 and like 10:30 every morning, Monday through Friday, and on Sunday night at 8 p.m. we are the Roundtable, and we're producing content every day. So come check us out, like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate having you. Hopefully we don't have any blank out issues today with the equipment. This is a casualty of live. Hopefully we're not going to go through that today. All right. Jumping right into it. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, man, I got this box of goodies in. So hang out in the end. We'll open up this box of goodies somebody sent me and check it out and see what I got. I'm getting stuff all the time. I got to show you the belt that was made for me recently. Oh my goodness, stuff is going on here. Good morning, Chucky over there in South Africa. It's so good to have you. Thanks for tuning in from so far away all these mornings. I thank you. Rob Benjamin, I appreciate you. Trouble, I appreciate you. Papa Renegade, thanks for tuning in. Pluto, Robert Stokes, Norm, Bueller, Lissa, Big C, Evil Kokorski. It's good to see you, Evil. Everybody, all my good friends over here, Derek Warrington every single day. Love all you guys. George Scott. Nice to have you guys here. Mike Ball, good to see you this morning. Thanks for tuning in almost every day. Big man Chris, love you guys. All right, so here we go. It was 25. Okay, so I'd be searching out stories and stuff to talk to you guys about, and some of the stuff I find is just like crazy. And where the heck did that story go? So it was 25 years ago that this story happened, but an officer recalled it, what had happened, and the story is so crazy. Like, have you ever seen a biker war in the streets? Neither have I. I've been around a long time. I've seen, a couple of biker club shootouts, but not like on Main Street or something. You know what I mean? So this story, I got to get it now because it didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't save. So I got to go back and find it real quick. Here it is. Whew. I was trying to stall for time. That was my time stalling method. But if you've never seen something like this, I thought it was kind of interesting. An officer recalls gunshots and flying bodies 25 years ago from the Mackay outlaw bikie gang shootout. And So they decided to post that yesterday about what he saw 25 years ago. And I said, okay, let's check it out. And so here we are. I thought this was wild. Wait till you watch this. 2 minutes and 3 seconds of this shootout. So let's talk about it for a minute. What does the article say? So this article comes from the I guess they call themselves news. ABC. Oh, ABC. Okay. Soaring bullets sent men flying from the seats of their motorbikes. Yeah, we're in Australia, so we're going to call these motorbikes. Scattering bodies across a bridge that should have been reserved for a quiet Sunday afternoon drive. Scattering bodies from a bridge. This sounds like you're getting ready to be watching, Beyond the Thunderdome or something. It was a story that stopped the nation. A shootout between rival bikie gangs, Odin's Warriors and the Outlaws. A headline only trumped that year by the death of Princess Diana. Only 30 seconds stood between Senior Constable Richard McTaggart and the center of the chaos that shut down the Mackay City Center that Sunday afternoon, August 31st, 1997. Man, I had just gotten out of the Navy in August. In 95. I was a full-time college student trying to get my degree finished. Working. I was in the club though. I was in my motorcycle club at about that time. But I had no idea this was going on a world away. The plainclothes constable had been discreetly tailing the group of Odin's Warriors along Barnes Creek Road as part of a 6-month operation during the era of the Australia's bikie wars. So I guess they had a bikie wars. We had one. We had a war too. We had wars around here going on too. But ours were like more in the 80s. So theirs was in the 90s. He said, I came around that dog leg and all I could see was fellas being knocked off their bikes and flying through the air, said Senior Constable McTaggart. So the key points of this story: the shootout erupted after the Outlaws motorcycle gang moved into Mackay, which was already home to the rebels and Odin's Warriors. Senior Constable Richard McTaggart was the first one on the scene after tailing the Odin's Warriors that day. And despite significant wounding, the only resulting charges were a fray. That's crazy. So let's get deeper into it. Okay, the first picture shows a group of Odin's Warriors riding down the street. This looks like 1970s vintage. I think this is the actual still from the video. So this is those guys riding down the street. You can see what the cars looked like in 1995. It looks like so long ago. It took a moment before the constable registered the piercing sound of gunshots accompanying the bedlam on Fugan Bridge. And I am absolutely dumbfounded that there were no fatalities that day, Senior Constable McTaggart said. Senior Constable McTaggart was the first man on the scene, and the infamous Mackay bikie shootout outside the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, the Roundhouse. I jumped out of my vehicle, and I was just in a pair of jeans and a King G work shirt. I guess King G is the work shirts that you wear over there. We need to look King G up and see who the hell that is. There were bullets flying everywhere. I had my gun out because I didn't have a holster. What's a police officer doing without a holster? I just never seen a cop carry a gun in his pants before. But hey, right then and there with all the shooting going on, you probably needed to have your gun out, but only because he didn't have a holster, he says. So my gun was either in my backpack or in my hand. And I thought it prudent that I had it in my hand at that time, in that particular time. Yeah, man, come on. Quit playing. Of course you're going to have it in your hand. This is a picture of the Outlaws Clubhouse known as the Roundhouse. It was the site of the bikie shootout. I don't know if it's still their clubhouse. But I could see why it would be called the roundhouse. It's got a round top on top of it, like one of those revolving circular restaurants. Have you ever been in one of those? We had a kid killed in one recently. Got caught between the wall and the circular part. It was horrible down here. I think it was here in Atlanta that happened. It was terrible. Senior Constable Mike Taggart said he initially feared he was being ambushed, that he was being ambushed, that the bikies had caught on that he was following them. I thought to myself, I'm in strife, he said. I like that term. I'm in a strife. I'm gonna use that from now on. They were in a strife. I'm in a strife. We're in a strife. The strife occurred. I like that. I haven't used strife before. I'm adding that. Okay, if you guys hear me using strife in the future, you know where I got it from. But as he got closer, because he thought he was in a strife. But as he got closer, Senior Constable McTaggart realized he was not the focus. He was actually not in the strife, and quickly managed to block the road so innocent passersby, would not become involved. So he blocked the road, and I guess let them go on and do what they was doing. Police officers wearing protective gear respond to the shootout. That's the next picture. It's got these cops in 1997 running, and then it's got the road blocked off, and it's cool. So how it erupted. This is the story of how it erupted. At the time, Senior Constable McTaggart was the district intelligence officer and had been following the 20 Odin's warriors that day. He had been stopped at a red light. He had been stopped. They talk so funny, don't they? He had been stopped at a red light just outside the Kuyong Hotel intersection, 30 seconds behind the bikies and less than 1 kilometer from the soon-to-be battleground. How far is a kilometer? I just don't know. As the Odin's warriors had been riding past the clubhouse, someone, an unknown person, in an old Ford F-100 pickup truck drove straight out and straight into the group of riders, Senior Constable McTaggart said. In hindsight, the crash alone should have killed a couple of them, because I guess nobody dies this day. But he's saying, dang, now that I think about it, the crash, this guy driving into these guys should have killed a couple. Sounds bad. Okay, we will troubleshoot this today. Figure out what this fucking problem is. Still no fucking sound. No sound. Where's your sound? My goodness. Day after day after day with this shit. My goodness. Let's see. Static with yes sound. Move your mic cord. Oh, let's see. Go to audio, microphone.
You didn't accidentally like mute yourself or anything like that?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
You can?
You're back up. All right, I'm out.
All right. Damn. Thank you, Mike Ball. Obviously, Mike Ball. Whoa, what's going on here? Obviously, Mike Ball has one of these. Can you guys still hear me? Can you still hear me? All good now, Black Dragon. Man, this sucks, man. Can y'all still hear me? Testing. One more time. Can y'all still hear me? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Hello?
You still hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, first of all, thanks to Mike Ball. When I started reading Mike Ball's instructions, I started laughing to myself because I'm like, oh, yeah, you have one of these boards. You only know to tell somebody this if you have one of these raggedy ass boards. It's this is the top board in the United States of America for podcasting right now. Actually, the new one that just came out is, but it's not without its issues. This is 2 days in a row, so I promise you guys I will have this figured out tomorrow. This is 2 days in a row, and what's been happening is the entire board will go out, and I think it's with my XLR cable or the XLR port, in which case I'm going to have to take this and have it repaired, because maybe the port is doing that. Because if I slap this machine or something, this is troublesome. So you guys know that I've got to do this again. I keep, this is the same people that watch me every morning. You guys aren't going anywhere, but no one else is going to watch this. No one's going to watch this through. So, my whole day is shot. I don't even have anything to drink. Man, I've done half a show here. My head hurts. If I could show you guys all this damn equipment, it costs money. I've got equipment everywhere. Just built a soundproof booth over my head. I've got a whole soundproof booth I just built yesterday. And no matter how much damn money I spend, I'm not able to. I have a neighbor across the street who has decided that he wants to get up at the same time. He's got a business next to mine. He wants to get up every morning and instead of build a sawdust system, he just has decided he's going to saw outside. And he wasn't doing this before. So during the middle of my show, here's Mr. Sawblades. So I've gone out and asked him, hey, would you mind just waiting until I'm over with the show? Well, I can't do anything else. Like I can't make any audiobooks or anything while Mr. Sawblades is going on. He won't be able to saw all winter because I'm hoping we're going to have a cold ass winter. So what does he do? Well, he tried. I'm not going to say he hasn't tried, but I can't ask the man not to do his business. Although he wasn't doing it before. So anyway, I said, well, you know what? If I build a soundproof booth around my desk, then I won't hear this guy as he's trying to do his thing. So my soundproof booth is about 9 feet tall. It's 8 feet wide and 5.5, 6 feet deep. So it covers my whole. Actually, we're 9 feet wide. It covers my whole 8 foot long desk and all my lights and everything. It cost me $500 to build this damn thing out of 2-inch PVC. $500 to build this thing out of 2-inch PVC. and part of it was the couplings. Like you can't buy these couplings in a store. These couplings, because mostly people use PVC for plumbing, and so they don't have 3-way corners. They just have 2-way corners. So a 3-way corner goes 90 degrees, left and right, and then it has one that goes straight down 90 degrees. So they don't have those in plumbing. So these are called furniture grade couplings. And you can't go to any Loves or Unloves. You can't go to any place to get it. You can't go to any hardware store that I found and get them over, like they have them at 1.5 inches, but 2 inches, hang it up. So what do? You got to go and spend that stupid money, man. and then they don't have the 4-way connection. So anyway, I say all that to say it doesn't seem to matter how much money you spend, how much you put into this. And what really sucks is once you get your setup put together, you don't change it. Like if I come in the morning, I'm not changing my setup. So if I don't change the setup shouldn't change. Like you're looking at the setup right there. This is the system. If I don't change this, if I don't change any of these stupid settings, right, then I just walk out of here and leave everything up. When I come back in the morning, nothing's changed. So you should just be able to broadcast like you were broadcasting yesterday. But no. So anyway, these are the systems that drive what you guys are seeing. These systems are what I use to, and then the computer, I got what I'm telling you what, man, if I told you how much money I spent on this damn computer. So I get so disappointed. I'm so angry right now. But Mike Ball says it happens to him all the time. You need a production assistant. Bad, bro. Mike says every single day I would have to tweak my settings for each layer. It's a pain. Yeah, this is a pain. And you need a production assistant, but they cost big money. That's why they make this whole system so that you can drive it by yourself. That was the purpose of it, for single people to be able to podcast and run an entire system. And I should be able to do this, but I don't know, man. But the other problem we have, folks, is that I go live, and running a live show means, because if this was not live, I have this error, I'd fix it and produce the show and just be on my way. But going live just really puts it on the next level. But anyway, the question is, what am I going to do with today's show? That's the question. What am I going to do with today's show? Am I going to do like yesterday and start all over again? Or am I going to try to finish the show? It was a good show. I was having fun with it. I wanted to show you guys the actual video. If there was a way I could just like cut out this part right there, it would be kind of cool. How do we do this? Brian True, but then he loses connection and you can hear him like as if he's coming out of a 50s radio. So I believe I believe that's due to a faulty connection here. And it's either going to be this XLR cable or it's going to be the connection. What's so screwed up about it is it always sits here. It never moves. Like, so why would there be an XLR connection problem? It never moves. Mm-hmm. Keep going on. Walking shows were less issues. You know, because the walking show only had a cell phone, uh, a selfie stick, and a microphone. And I just walked and talked. But so many people were like saying that was boring. So we moved to this. You're not going to get stories flying in and me sending people messages and typing and looking up stuff. You don't get all that with the walkie show. Anyway, let's get back to the story. I was having so much fun with the story. So we're so what happens is police officers following the Odin's Warriors, and then as they're riding past the Roundhouse, which was the Outlaws Clubhouse, the Outlaws start shooting at them. Somebody drives out in a pickup truck and runs a couple of guys just straight, runs their ass over. And you're like, wow, they did that. Then the next thing you know, the cop thinks they're gunning for him. And when he realizes that he's not in the strife, next thing you know, he pulls his car over and blocks the road. And I guess he calls for help. While these guys are actually in a real life, downright, day-to-day, real deal shootout. Where we pick the story back up. Despite the abrupt outbreak, police had been monitoring the situation for several months after the outlaws began to move into Mackay, a region that was already home to Odin's Warriors and the rebels. 3 outlaw motorcycle gangs in this one little town. It was fairly unusual, Senior Constable McTaggart said. It ain't unusual today. It might have been unusual in 1995. We got 10 or 15 of them now. We got like 10 or 15 1%er clubs in a small area these days. It truly happens. So I was like, yeah, okay. Let's see. Let me answer that real quick. I was like, okay, that's interesting. But that's what started it off. And then, of course, they were going to be some opposition from the existing 2 clubs that were here already. So you had 2 clubs that were there that were kind of beefing back and forth. Then you bring this 3rd club in. And it's funny because today that's no big deal. We see these clubs like here in the United States that used to have all these like territories. Now all the 1%er clubs are coming in. Everybody's getting worldwide. Isn't that crazy? He said police had heard whispers and had special emergency response teams, CERT, on standby, who were then able to land in Mackay within an hour of the shootout's eruption. So these guys were shooting it out for an hour before the police got there. At least 5 bikies were seriously injured during the shootout. Now, this next picture for my listening audience is a 1995, 97 ambulance with these people attending to the wounded. Basically had the clubhouse in complete and utter lockdown, Senior Constable McTaggart said. So emergency response teams, which are called CERT, were on standby, who were then able to land in Mackay within an hour of the shootout's eruption and basically had the clubhouse in a complete and utter lockdown. We then spent the next 10 or 12 hours extracting each person very carefully and very slowly from the clubhouse and taking them to the police station, person at a time. Wow. Despite 5 bikies being seriously injured, with one even losing sight in an eye, no one was charged with any wounding offenses. Holy moly. Huh. Well, they just got a free shootout in the streets. I mean, in 1995, that would have been exciting. I was young. To just get a whole free shootout. Man, just pow, 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 pow. I mean, that had to flow the juices somewhat. Of just a free shootout. Nobody was charged with anything. Senior Constable McTaggart said that was because being able to actually identify who did what was near impossible. You've got to remember, they're all wearing their club gear for all intents and purposes. They look identical, he said. That's why we wear that. I had a fairly good view of everything that was going on. Here's a picture of him today. And they're quoting him. I had a fairly good view of everything that was going on, and I was able to identify them to stand in court and say I saw him do this and that. Senior Constable McTaggart said there were 2 things that stood out for him on that day, including bravery of officers who were able to recover the victims, outlaw gang members, from the carnage. The second was the absolute audacity of the situation, the total disregard for the safety of the public. On that day, these 2 completely self-indulged groups thought it was okay to air their differences in such an outrageous display of violence in a small regional town. It was absolutely contemptuous, Senior Constable McTaggart said. Wow, that is a hell of a story. Let's go up here. I thought this part was neat. Man, I really wish I could have shown you guys this story in its entirety without that break, but I hope you're having fun with it. This is some video of back then. And you're right. The audacity is just crazy. Like, these guys got a whole complete shootout in the streets and no one was charged. And we see this. We do see this. We see this happen. No one was charged in the Waco incident. There's a lot of incidents we've seen where no one was really charged. But, I mean, just the sheer terror of it. Here we go. Let's check this out. Uh-oh.
Shots rang out at 3 o'clock this afternoon. 2 rival biker groups, the Odin's Warriors and the Outlaws, are believed to have started the shootout at the headquarters of the Odin's Warriors. It quickly turned into a firing war along a main traffic route in and out of Mackay. Police formed roadblocks at either end of the bridge, turning away vehicles and evacuating people from the area. Late this afternoon, the situation developed into a standoff, enabling ambulance crews to enter the area and ferry out the injured. 6 people have been taken to the Mackay Base Hospital. 2 are in a very serious condition. Police say members of one of the motorcycle gangs tonight remained holed up in a building. They've asked locals to stay off the streets and say several people are still unaccounted for. The North Queensland town remains tense. Motorcycle gang members still highly visible on Mackay streets. 55 gang members appeared in the Mackay Magistrates Court today, charged with affray and disobeying police after yesterday's shootout on a bridge north of the city. After an hour of gunfire, a 7-hour standoff, police declaring a state of emergency and warning civilians to keep off the streets. Police evacuated most people from the area, but some remain trapped inside.
Plenty of gunfire, plenty of ambulances, people on the road.
6 gang members were shot. 2 with serious injuries were taken to Townsville last night and are now in a stable condition. Around 10 o'clock last night, police finally brokered a deal between the rival gangs. After receiving bail, the Odin's Warriors and the Outlaws motorcycle gang members were ordered to appear again in court later this year.
Wow.
Shots rang out at 3 o'clock.
Wow, man. Wow. Wow. So if you wonder why the police departments and stuff are really hard on motorcycle clubs, is that if motorcycle clubs really got it on and popping, that's exactly what would happen. They'd have to stand on the outskirts and watch because, hey, if they're not going to go in Uvalde and get one shooter who's actively killing kids, and this ain't the first time. This has happened in every one of them shootings from the nightclub shooting on. Like, they don't just rush in and get that person. They stand around and mull around a bit while the person is still killing people. I mean, this happens. It has happened in almost every one of these things. I remember the very first one back in 95, whatever time that was when that happened. 95, was it? Well, that was the first shooting with the black raincoat dudes. I forget the name of that school. I hate that I forget the name of that school. That was the first school that I know of that happened in. And the police stood out there. That's when they came up with all these new rules. We got to go in. We got to go get them. We got to do it. It's hard to go face down all that. And you've got a wife and kids you're thinking about. You might be like, well, let's just get all the people out of here, all the civilians, and let them dudes do what they do, and we'll come pick up the pieces. Nobody was charged. But this is one of the reasons that they crack down on us so hard, is they know that we have organization and we have folks, and the 1% variant. They're most terrified of them, and absolutely everything they do shows that in all their literature and media and video and stuff like that. And the way they try to warp the language around these clubs is, hey, if they have to come down to it, it's going to be tough. These guys, they had to make a deal with them and reach an agreement. Can you imagine the police reaching an agreement with you? But and this is one of the reasons why. Okay. I know. I'm getting ready to. Okay. I know. You don't want this. I know you don't want this. You don't want me to go political. I know. I know. But I am. I'm getting ready to go political for just a second. So forgive me for those of you. Shut up, man. I only want you for biker news. I can get all that anywhere else. I know. But this is why I ain't giving up my gun to Biden. Biden said I banned assault weapons in America once before. I'm going to do it again. I'm doing it. There's nothing you can do about it. We beat the gun lobby. And I'm like, well, you didn't get rid of assault weapons before. You had a ban on certain things that you couldn't have on an assault weapon. Like you couldn't have a flash. In California, you couldn't have like a flash suppressor and a pistol grip. You could only have 2 or 3 things, if I remember what it was. Flash suppressor, pistol grip, and tripod, I think, were the 3 things. You guys remember more than I do. And if you took one of those 3 things off, you could have your assault weapon. Now, California is taking it to the whole next level. Like you can't even have we did that yesterday. But I ain't giving up my gun. Look, those guys right there, they couldn't do nothing with them. And so you want to be able to, if you have to, you want to be able to hold the government responsible. That doesn't mean shooting out in the atmosphere in some local neighborhood or something. I'm not saying that, but you can see that a well-armed militia is hard to deal with. That's all I'm saying. Lissa says the whole assault weapon thing makes me shake my head. Good thing we didn't act like that in the Army. Gee, we can't go out there because they will shoot at us. Oh, you don't? Yeah, that Papa Renegade. But in the Army, we are given a whole different mission. The police department's mantra is, we're going home at night. No matter what, I'm going home to my family at night. And the military's mantra is, hey, whatever is required for the mission of the Navy. In my instance, needs of the Navy. They used to say, needs of the Navy, needs of the Navy. Young Mr. Bunch, needs of the Navy. Well, what does that mean, Master Chief? It means that if it didn't come in your sea bag, you don't need it. I don't want to hear my wife, she, my dog, it, my mama, if your wife, dog, mama, sister, father, house, well, if it didn't come in your sea bag, you don't need everything you need is in your sea bag. I think the Army called them kit bags. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag. And no, that's way before you guys. So anyway, if it ain't in your sea bag, you don't need it. Different than the police department. The police department feels like they need to go home each night. And the military could give a damn less whether you get home or not. Go take that hill. Well, bro, we're not going to come back alive. Well, you signed your life away when you signed the dotted line, remember? Now go take the hill. That's the way that goes. All right, my friends. I said I was going to open up my gift, but you know what? I'm going to do that tomorrow because this show sucks. And I'm going to do that tomorrow. So for now, what I'm going to do is just shut the show down. This show is a mess today, and I will come back at you guys tomorrow. Hopefully my systems will be fixed and we won't have this trouble. This is the live show blues, I tell you. I always felt if you aren't willing to lay your life down for your brother, then stay at home. Yeah, too bad. It's like a motorcycle club that takes in prospects and they're lousy. The military takes in, or the police departments take in lousy people too. Understandably, to open the gift tomorrow, Black Dragon. Appreciate that. Is there email winner? No, we didn't do an email. We didn't do email yesterday because of this trouble. So we'll do that tomorrow as well, because I got to make sure I've emailed everybody all the books. But I was very excited. I sold 145 ebooks in the first 30 days of not ebooks, audiobooks in the first 30 days of the publishing of my very first audiobook. I just can't tell you guys what it took to make it happen, and how much money we spent to get the equipment and everything and build the dumbass soundproof booth. But I am very, very pleased with the results. The only thing I'm not pleased with is how Audible rips off publishers. It is really sad. One day I'm going to do a video about how they do us publishers. It is sad. The greed. They have 90% of the market, and the greed that goes into how you are compensated for your work makes me not even want to. It makes me want to just do what I was doing and not even do audiobooks at all. But the response on this audiobook has been so good. I mean, right now it's got 17 ratings, which is about, a little more than 10%, which most books only get 1% on the ratings. So I can't be more happier. I'm glad that you guys are happy with it. Of this, everybody gave me 5 stars of the 17 people that reviewed it, except for one person gave me 4 stars in performance. And this is really, really, really cool. It lets me know that all the effort that I went through really paid. All these people actually wrote something. So the Prospects Bible on audio. Right now, I'm doing the President's Bible, and it'll be done in about a week or two. Does Kindle do the same on audio? Well, yeah, it's all owned by Amazon. So Audible, Kindle, all that stuff is owned by Amazon. And they are pretty fair on printed books. Printed books, they're very fair in how they deal with publishers. You can actually make a living doing printed books. The the audio book is the most unfairest BS I've ever seen in my life. And it's because there's three things that happen. One is you can't set the price of your own book. They set the price. Two is, so for my book, which is 5 hours. So for those of you who want to listen to me whine, somebody says expose them. For my book, it's 5 hours and 4 minutes. So they say my book is worth $19.99. So they do your book completely on the length of the time of the book rather than what it's about. Like if you had the right kind of book, like maybe let's say you had a marketing book to tell people how to get rich doing, maybe you said, buy this cryptocurrency, and it was going to make everybody that bought it $4 million on the spot. That book might be worth $100 to you, and it's only like 7 minutes long. But if everybody that was going to listen to it was going to make $4 million that day, you would have a runaway #1 bestseller, and you could charge $100 for it. You could probably charge $800,000 for it. But it's up to you. Now, if you charge $500 for it and nobody bought it, that's on you. But they don't. So somebody could do a book of quotes and just read quotes out the Bible or something like that. Great quotes from George Washington or whatever. Something that they didn't even write. And it be 6 hours long, and they make more money than you when you're telling people how to get rich in 3 seconds. So first of all, you don't have control over the price of your book. No matter what the book is made out of or talks about, they set the price. Number two is for exclusive distribution, they give you 40% and they take 60%. Well, it's not that bad if you're doing print books, hardcover books, or ebooks. You get a little bit more. In the ebook situation, you can get up to 70% and they take 30%. But here they take 60% and you get 40%. And that's fair. So a $19.99 book, you get like, let's say $8 and something. But that's the outside. What they don't tell you is the BS. So if I'm thinking I'm going to get $8 a book, and I'm like, okay, well, if I sell 100 books, I've made some change. If I sell 1,000 books, I really got down. But the truth of the matter is, now they have three things that you don't know about. One is, in order to belong to their program, you pay them, or so you guys that belong to the program, pay them this price, $14.99 a month or something. And for this $14.99 a month, they give you credits, and you can buy books with these credits. And so if you buy books with these credits, they sell my book to you for a lesser price than they advertised. And so I don't get the price for my book that my book is worth. I get this lesser price. I get 40% of the lesser price. So now I was thinking I was getting $8 for a book. I'm now getting $4 for that book. So you sell 100 books at $4 and you ain't made no money. Then, but you don't get to know that because they got these different tiers. They've got people that buy your book cash. Now you actually get 40% of the $19.99. But you also have people that buy with these credits. And then you have a third kind of person that buys at a discount. If it was me, I don't sell my books at a discount. If you want it, you buy it. If you don't, I'm fine. I'll let it sit on the shelf. But to be in their program, in their exclusive program. Now, if you don't exclusively distribute through them, you only get 20%. So you're only going to get $4 anyway. Or when they do all this discounting, you get $2 for a book that's $19. Here's the real kicker. You can return that book free of charge after you've read it if you don't like it. So when you do that, they take that money back from me. So they can use their whole system, my books and everybody else's book on here. They can use that as a virtual library. And as long as you're a member and you're paying them their $14.95 or whatever it costs, as long as you're paying them that every month, you can exchange books out that the whatever book you want to read. You can exchange it in and out and basically read people's books for free. It is horrible that nowhere in any of that, and then they have a 7-year distribution deal with you, and nowhere in any of that do they ever tell you you're going to make $4 for a $20 book. They don't tell you that nowhere. So I'm like, wow, that makes me not want to make any of my books audiobooks, because I sell my books for way more than $4. I'm like, you know what? You guys take the audiobooks and shove them. Now there's other ways, like there are other platforms you could sell on, or you could just sell on your own platform. But if you nobody has a bigger audience than Amazon. Nobody. They are 90-some% of the entire spectrum. So if you want your books to be wide ranging. Now with the printed books, it's the thing about the printed books is they let you sell your own. So you can buy the printed book at the rate it costs to print them, which is minimal. And you can sell your books on your own and make incredible money. People are buying your books off your website, and they're good for grabbing people that you might not ever get. They got a huge, so you make different amounts. You don't make as much with them. You make way more on your website, but you got all these income streams coming. But this audiobook thing, whoo, man, you got to be moving thousands of audiobooks a month. And the whole time you're making them crazy money. So can you break down what it's like to start up a clubhouse, the voting process, the pros and the cons to them? Start up a clubhouse or a motorcycle club or a chapter of a motorcycle club or an actual clubhouse itself? Is that what we're asking? How to start an actual clubhouse? Mike, is that what we're doing? Mike, and why do we focus on clubhouses? If we think it's going to make money for the chapter, then why not actually invest in an actual business? Oh my goodness. So a clubhouse, okay, so you have to understand what you want a clubhouse for. Do you want a clubhouse to have a place to hang out? Or do you want to have a clubhouse to make money? In the early days of the Mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation mother chapter, San Diego, California, we had the only actual clubhouse in the city of San Diego for over 30 years. For something happened, San Diego wasn't letting people open clubhouses, and also rent is high in California. There was one time we had like 5 or 6 clubhouses in a 2-mile area. We had Chosen Few, Royal Aces, the Highway Kings, which later became Brothers of the Sun, down on 61st and Imperial, we had the Four Horsemen. Was there anybody else? So I remember having 4 clubs, houses at one time, and the Black Sabbath. And that lasted for about a year. My whole time there, that lasted for about a year. And then I left. I left in 99. So my whole time being there, I only saw, like, at one time there were 5 clubhouses. But for the rest of the time, for most of the time, Black Sabbath had the only clubhouse. So our clubhouse made crazy money because people were, that if you wanted to go to a motorcycle club house, come down to San Diego, you're going to go to the Black Sabbath. And we stayed open till like daylight. And we partied. You might go in at, and we really opened up big time after 2 when all the bars closed. So we had an after hours. And you could meet anybody in there. Lawyers, doctors, senators, all these people that hated motorcycle clubs but needed someplace to hang out till daylight. All those people would be in there in the evening and early morning, Saturday morning. And then you would see that same councilman trying to shut your clubhouse down a week later. Weren't you in our clubhouse, councilman? So anyway, you could make a lot of money just having a clubhouse. Now in today's environment, when you have 15, 20, 30 clubhouses in the city, it's not always as feasible to make your money doing a clubhouse. So do you want a place to hang out, or do you want a place to make money? And these are some of the things that go into a clubhouse. And then I could actually, what I'm going to do for you, because it's already been an hour, what I'm going to do is that'll be my subject for tomorrow. It'll be, we won't do news. We'll do what Mike has asked us. We'll talk about a clubhouse, opening them up. And Mike is completely, really wise about why not just invest in a business. I think today that would be an absolutely good strategy, because if you had the right kind of business, you could do the next thing. And this is the most important thing. If you're going to have a clubhouse, you just need to buy it. You don't need to be renting a clubhouse. And we had these guys over in Minnesota yesterday. That story we did on those guys who lost their clubhouse after 13 years of renting. You don't need to rent nothing for 13 years. Nothing do you need to rent for 13 years. If you got enough bros disciplined enough to pay that rent every month for 13 years, damn it, go buy something. So we'll talk about that tomorrow, because you don't own anything, and anytime somebody wants to get ugly or whatever the case may be, you're out of your place, and it has nothing to do with you. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Mike, that'll be our subject for tomorrow. Okay, is that cool? All right. Tomorrow we're also going to get back to the book giveaways, and I got a wonderful package of beard products that was sent to me in the mail. This box, I just opened the top of it and peered in for a second. It was like Christmas. And I want to open it up for you guys to see this beautiful, beautiful gift that I have been given. And I get so many gifts. So I'm just going to start unboxing them in front of you guys so you can just see what to do. Somebody said, I can't wait to see this because you guys just got a clubhouse. Are there rules on donations from the, oh my, okay. So, okay. That's what you guys want. That's what we'll do. We'll do all that. We'll do the donations. We'll do the rules. Trouble says, can't wait because we just got a clubhouse. Okay. I'll do the whole clubhouse damn thing for you, all the way down to, I'll take some time to write how you should set up your watch bill. What does standing watch mean? We'll talk about a lot of things. One of the things you'll find out is a bunch of people will cry and moan and complain to have a clubhouse. And of 40 people in the club, they'll all complain and cry and vote to have a clubhouse. And then you get that clubhouse, and all of a sudden, you only got 7 of the 40 guys that are actually paying for the clubhouse. So we'll talk about some of those things tomorrow. Yeah, the voting process and how it can tear clubs up regarding getting clubhouses. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. All the guys that'll cry and vote and want to have a clubhouse, and you got to understand that only a handful of them cats are going to actually be taking care of that clubhouse. Only the most responsible dudes are. There's a lot to know about clubhouses, and as you guys can imagine, I've had quite a few of them. So this is a good topic. We'll do that tomorrow. And hopefully everything will be working on the boards. I want to thank you guys for your patience today and hanging out with me. And for those folks, my normal crowd, they're going to be with me anyway, through thick and thin. I appreciate you guys. And the folks that don't know me or just passing by, I just really apologize for today's broadcast. I may do it over in a quick 10-minute video for you guys, and then that way you can have today's story. But to the folks that we hang out and we talk back and forth all day anyway, I just appreciate and love you all. Thank you to my moderators. And if you want to be a mod on the channel, just come hang out with us for about 4 or 5 months, and then we'll put you through the moderator program, which we have Lissa and a few of the others, Papa Renegade and a few of the others, Frost, and oh my God, Frost. Okay, listen, I'm gonna try to send Frost this money today, to get his dog operated on. So listen, you guys, if you haven't yet, send me 5 or 10, 15, 20 more dollars, so we can get the rest of the money together. His dog is in a great deal of pain and needs an emergency surgery. It's only like, I don't know, $400, $500, something like that. So we're really close to getting this money. Let's here's my Cash App is $Biker Prez. And my PayPal is jbunchii@aol.com. And I just posted those. So if you just send that to me, I can send that to him today, and we can get him his thing. And then I'm going to figure out something to give to you guys as a gift for helping me help our viewer. So I would absolutely appreciate it. Yeah, it was Frost that needed that. Trouble says Frost that needed that. Man, I'm gonna text him. Yeah, do text him. Yes, we're talking about Frost. We want to get that dog fixed. It's been about 5 or 6 days now. So if I needed a surgery for 5 or 6 days, I'd be pretty pissed off. And who wants that kind of pain? Not so. You guys know I'm a dog person. Right? So we want to have that dog, cat, whatever, ferret, I don't care, frog, whatever you got at the house, I'm in love with it. And your woman too. So keep your woman close. Black Dragon's around. I've hit the door. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and Get Skinny. You guys take care and have a great day. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospects Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.